in there. Like I have two girls that were it was a financial issue that have still been thinking. So I thought, oh, if I could get them in there tonight and be advertising like free enrollment and the free 14-day group. So that's my focus this morning. But I put a couple messages in the chat. One is like, if we've never talked about Plexus before, the other is if we have. I just took out the line about, I was curious if you've ever wondered if Plexus could be a good fit for you. But as I was inviting someone to the group, I clicked on invite and it pulls up your entire friend list. And you can just look through it and see who needs to be invited. Like the invite button is dark blue. And if they're already in the group, it's not. So I was just scrolling that and I sent probably 7 messages in less than 5 minutes. And they were all people that I'm like, oh yeah, she was thinking about it. Or, oh yeah, she has a sample. Or like, I know she's been watching me forever. I cannot believe I've never invited her to this group. So that's just kind of a fast way in a crunch like this. Because the first part of the day, I'm just really trying to get people in the group. And then this afternoon, evening, as the party happens, I'll worry about like my, follow-ups. I've got a couple of people that are inactive that I've talked to about coming back. But I'll work on that later. I'm trying to prioritize.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a fast way by doing the friends list on the invite button like that.
That is a good idea.
Oh, and you weren't on the other day, but did you see in our chat where I dropped the graphic? Rebecca gave us that idea. She did a message pretty similar to this, and I can go get hers too, but she made a cute little Happy New Year graphic, kind of like I've shared with you guys how I have a birthday one that I send out with my birthday message. So I put in our chat my New Year graphic because I'm sending that with the message.
Okay.
I guess you could always do that little present thing too. Remember that present that you click on? I wish they had a New Year thing that you could click on. That would be so fun.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that would be.
I'll go get Rebecca's message too.
I forgot about the gift thing. That's a cute idea.
I love that one.
Mhm.
So anyway, just a
Okay,
little tip.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's go to work. Let's do some reach outs, and I'm going to copy and paste some of those messages. All
Because
right.
Rebecca, you have a wellness event tonight too, right?
Yes, I do have one. Yeah, we're both doing the same thing tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's like priority number 1 is to invite to that. And now that we have this way of finding who we haven't invited, this is perfect. Because you're not only inviting them, you're inviting them to the thing you have going on tonight.
Yeah, you could tweak it to say, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you're not already in my wellness page. Like tonight I'm hosting a little thing, and for ours there's a $25 Visa gift card up for grabs.
I stole that idea from you. I liked that. I had my post and then I edited it to that. I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
You could even just say that, like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you're not in my group. I'm doing this tonight and talking about, end of year specials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Rebecca's message.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We'll spend some time here going.
Sounds good.
You guys, I'm just blown away by this list I have now. Like, Brandy, you made my day. Because you guys, this sounds really bad, but I have been in a bit of a, I mean, I'll say this, it's recording, everybody can watch this. I've been in a recruiting slump this year. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's definitely not what it could be. And I'm like, I have got to start filling my funnel and, adding to my network. And one of the things, well, two things actually, that I have been like, well, one, I've learned it from Brandy, but other people too. Like, I'm like, what are you doing to be recruiting as many people as you are? And two of the things I figured out I need to start doing this year, part of my New Year's goals, is send out the birthday messages and invite to my wellness page. Those two things, because I am not consistent with either one of those. And send out samples too, but like that's the conversation, is the wellness page and birthday messages. So like doing this, just seeing how easy that was to just go to the wellness page and it shows me exactly who I haven't invited yet. That's like life-changing. Because
Well, and I tested it out because at first I thought that cannot be that simple, but I went into the members and looked for several names and they weren't in there. Most of them I was like, I literally can't believe I haven't invited her to this page. Like she's had samples before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it helps.
Yeah. And I'm even finding some that are like wholesale ambassadors that should be in that page, or people that ordered and quit that aren't in that page. I'm like, well, I wonder, I don't even see the page. You know,
You can teach them to use it. If they're in there, then it's a great way to say, hey, do you know of a couple people that might need this too? You can bring them to the
Yes.
page.
Yeah, I mean, I'd heard like before, like you can, and I don't even know really how to do this, but I've heard it, like you can go in and see who you've invited, right?
Yeah,
Is there a way, how do you do that? Tell us again how to do that.
just look under members and it will show you. You can go to the members by your friends, your mutual friends, but under each person's name, it shows you, it says like, well, say added by Rebecca Pavey 6 months ago.
How long ago? Yeah. So like I knew there was that, like I could see who I've added that hasn't joined, which that's helpful too, that list also. But this is like, there's all your friends that are not in that page. So, like that's been my goal, is I want to reach out to at least bare minimum, like 5 people a day. If I skip a day, I'm going to make it up the next day, like 5 people a day, and just simply invite them to the page.
Yeah. Well, and don't forget too, when you click on members, there's a tab that says invited. I went through and there was probably 20 people in there, and if that's invited by anybody, and you can send them a reminder to join the group.
Oh yeah.
You might want to do that. And I might check it again tonight in case there's people that get invited today that didn't see it or anything. If there's any pending there, I might send reminders tonight a little bit before the group.
Oh, I see it. Like you tap the bubbles, the faces on there, right?
Just tap the little 3 dot. Yeah.
And then at the top, I think I tapped the wrong thing.
Tap members.
Yeah. Or just invited. Is that what you do, is tap invited, and then you can see?
Yeah, and that's going to be a list of people that have been invited but haven't accepted yet.
Yeah, and there's reminders. So you can click reminder, but also send a message too, right?
You could, yeah. But some of them I'm not friends with, so I did send a reminder. At least I'll get a notification. They might have missed the last one,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because it's pulling up anybody that's been invited.
Yeah.
Like I see one I recognize, but so I would send her a personal message along with it. But yeah, they may just be forgetting they're invited.
Yeah. Rebecca, I had a question for you about your birthday messages. So do you offer a sample, or do you just send them a happy birthday message?
Well, so I think Brandy is the expert on that, because I know she does this consistently, and I'm just kind of getting started again. And so I got a new calendar that I'm keeping more track of, writing down everybody I'm sending that message to. So, I've heard it different ways. Like I've heard people say like, wish them a happy birthday early, or wish them a happy birthday the day after, and then come back and offer a sample, or offer the sample that day. I honestly don't know what's the best way, because I'm just now starting to do it consistently again. What do you think, Brandy? Like, do you think it's good to offer it right then or come back?
I've always offered it right then up until just a couple of months ago. And I got a message from Brianne. And that's when I did that. She did the graphic and I thought, oh, that's so cute. And I just kind of took a break from offering a sample because I feel like it comes in waves. Sometimes samples pay off and then sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Or I'm offering samples in other ways, like in conversation after I've talked to someone about Plexus saying,
Mm-hmm.
how about I send you a sample when it gets to that point? Because something that I have taken away from the Genevieve trainings is that she highly encourages you not to just throw samples out. Like it should be hey, if you can tune into this call tonight, I'll send you a sample. Or, hey, if you would like to attend our wellness event, if I don't know how you would nicely say that, like, have a little interaction and I'll drop a sample in the mail tomorrow, something like that. But Rebecca, remember we got that birthday system. Kimber brought it back to us from some training she went to, and I have it copied in the notes on my phone.
Okay.
I can drop it somewhere in our chat or something. I don't think I can. I don't know how to put it. I guess I could put it here. Hold on. But it's the
or
whole.
Just send it to me in the chat and then put it in your team page or something, or your team chat. I don't know, or in here, whatever works.
I know it's a whole thing. Like on Sunday nights, she does something specific. Every Monday, she does something. But it's her birthday system.
Oh, I don't remember this. I'm glad you're reminding me of this.
Okay, hold on. This might be it.
Well, the other thing I was going to say about samples too is like right now, I mean, like depending on where you're at in the month too, like end of the month, this is just me. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't want to send samples. I want people to join right now.
Yeah. Totally.
And samples is going to slow down the whole process, right? So, if you're at the beginning of the month, it's a great time to send a sample. But I think Brandy's right. Like, I almost feel like first, wish him a happy birthday, just because that's so special. And like, you know what I mean? Especially if you do it the day before, the day after, because if they're doing it the same day, then they're getting a bunch of messages and you're just like white noise. And if you put a little graphic too, maybe a graphic of you holding your pink drink. So it's kind of like, happy birthday, hint, hint, remember I do the pink drink, and then maybe, write it, keep track of when you did it. And maybe a few days later, say, oh my gosh, I just realized I never invited you to my wellness page. I'm the supplement girl. I talk all about gut health and wellness and, would you want to check, if I sent you the link, would you check it out? I really like that verbiage of, if I sent you the link, would you check it out? Instead of just, here you go, but maybe that could be kind of,
I'm reading this book that Amanda gave us. Amanda, what is her last name? She just left Plus. Adams. So she was our peer coach for Golds. And she recommended this book. It was called Circle of Five or Your First Circle or something by Randy Gage. Anyways, in there it talks about don't be stingy with your samples, but that's how you get the product into people's hands. So I was reading that and then, hearing other things from other people and I'm like, okay, what should I do?
It is a hard call because I've had people say to me, I send out samples and it never goes anywhere and they don't even message me back or, so like, I think Brandy's right. Sometimes it can go in waves and I think
I think samples have to be worked too. Like you still have to have the conversation and determine that they want the sample. You have to help them know that they want the sample.
That's
because
true.
I've had plenty of people I didn't do that with, like, hey, can I send you a free sample? Mostly because we had IPA to do. And I'm like, okay, I sent 3 samples this week. I had 3 people say I could send them some free mail. That's basically what it was, and then you check back in a week and they're like, oh, I haven't opened it.
Right.
Because they didn't care about having the sample. It was you thinking, let me get you a sample.
Yeah. So, I almost think like step 1 is send the birthday message, build a relationship a little bit, and then ask them if you've invited them or figure out if you've invited them to the wellness page. And say something like, in fact, this was a message I got from, and I can send this to you, Brandy, so you can share it with them. She sent me a screenshot, so she didn't like copy and paste anything, but Vicky, that runs the IF group,
Mhm.
I think it wasn't last month, but like November, she signed up 11 people. And she said she did a lot of it with just the birthday message, and that's like how she's filling her funnel and all that stuff. But one of the verbiage she said in there, I remember, is just something like, if you could, because like she talks about sending a sample, happy birthday, I'm going to send you a sample because it's your birthday, blah, blah, blah. I'm like paraphrasing. And she says, so that I can figure out what kind of samples is going to help you the most with your goals, if you could wave a magic wand and change and improve one thing with your health, what would it be? So that kind of gets them talking.
Mhm.
You know, and then if you're, oh, by the way, I don't think I've added you to my wellness page. Once you click join, I can tag you in some posts relevant to what you're struggling with. You know, that way you're kind of building that belief, showing them some stories, showing them some information
Mhm.
while they're waiting on their sample.
And I do that too. I ask them what their top 3 health goals are. And then I try to work in the symptoms chart. I like to send them that. So if they respond to that, then that gives me more information to say, okay, this is what you need, and this product will help for that. And so that's what I've been doing. I've just been wondering what you've been doing. That's all.
I think in that system I just sent, it says that if you could, the magic wand, I had to cut it in 3 pieces because it's too big to paste.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
But I can send that to you in our chat. Actually, I think I've got it maybe it's in the team page. I'd have to look, or I can just send it to you privately. But I think that's in there because I got a birthday message from Aubrey, and Aubrey and Vicky they do everything alike. Like Aubrey sponsors 20 people a month.
Wow. Oh, Vicky and Aubrey, are they on the same team?
I don't think they are.
Oh, okay.
Just running buddies.
But they do everything alike.
You know, I can't remember if they're on the same team, but they're like
Oh,
guys.
that's good to
They
know.
do everything the same.
Okay.
When it was my birthday, I had somebody who does Pampered Chef send me a message and they were like, hey, can I host a party for you? And I felt after that, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like, because it's your birthday, I'm trying to get your business.
No.
And so I felt like the same thing. If I'm sending you a sample, it's because I'm saying I want your business, because obviously that's what I want. I want you to fall in love with it. But I felt like it was the same thing as being invited to that Pampered Chef party. And I was like, okay, and then actually I stopped sending messages for birthdays for a long time because it was like, oh, I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to be that cheapening girl. And then after Brandy, you talked about about that picture you sent a couple of, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago or whatever. And so I started doing I just was sending a GIF and a voice message to people, like a little happy birthday GIF and a voice message.
Oh, that's cute.
And I like more people responded to that and said how they were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for that birthday, for wishing me a happy birthday so genuinely. And I was like, okay, that seems more from my heart rather than, and then moving, forward. And then somebody else said that would be a really good way to, I usually ask, like, are you doing anything to celebrate? But I just saw somebody else say to use that as an opening, like, how have you been lately? And I feel like that's a better question than what are you doing to celebrate? And so that will be what I think I'll switch to, because then it opens up conversation more to, if they're struggling with something, then maybe it would then open that door for me. So.
Well, that's the message that came from Brianne that I started using, that I just put in the chat with the cute graphic in the cup. It's like holding a
That's
picture.
cute. And that's
So I started doing that my birthday was in October. I've been doing that ever since, and just using my birthday reach outs more as just an interaction with my audience and just relationship development, because I don't know, I have felt the exact same way Jenny described. Like you're saying, oh, hey, and everybody knows Facebook gives you a list. So I feel like people know, okay, you clicked on your list and you're sending this message to everybody. And because it's my birthday, you're trying to build your business. You know, you're like, oh, hey, happy birthday. Can I send you a sample? Because I'm hoping that'll turn into a sale.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like Jenny, I thought I feel better just sending a genuine happy birthday,
Mhm.
because it is special when it's your birthday and all these people tell you happy birthday, even though
Yeah.
you know the Facebook list or they saw it on your page or whatever.
Mhm.
And the picture just makes it a little more personal, and like literally it's just a hey, I hope you have a great birthday. And there's no other
Yeah.
intent behind this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a great point. And other people I've talked to do that. They send, a nice birthday message, and then a couple weeks later they'll follow up with them and ask them about being added to the wellness page, or ask about a sample, something separate
Yeah.
from birthday, so it's not at the same time.
And
I
I
think-
love her system that I shared. And if I remember right, when Kimber shared that with us, it was this woman's way, whoever this came from, of filling her funnel.
Yeah.
This was her process, but you can still do that, but just maybe not on their birthday. But you
Yeah.
use the birthday list as maybe it's just your it's just your what am I trying to say?
Reminder. It's like your reminder to, hey, there's another person I need to connect with.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
really,
Like,
that's what it is.
builder.
And that's the thing. Like, I think sometimes we get in such a hurry to like check the box, like, okay, I want you to join my team. So I'm gonna, send you a sample real quick. But really it's a process. So really step one is just say happy birthday and be their friend. And then a little while later, check in on them, see how they're doing, what they've been up to. Oh my gosh, I love your pictures from the trip you took. Like be a real friend, a real person. And then maybe, back and forth over a couple things, and then be like, oh my gosh, I just realized you're not in my wellness page. Or, oh, I just realized you've been in my wellness page for a while. Are you curious about anything? Like I think we do. I'm guilty of this too. Like I get in such a hurry to get from point A to D that I skip all the other letters.
Right.
Or maybe after you said happy birthday, they go on your list and you potentially interact for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And then you have the conversation about, hey, I was just wondering if there's anything you want to improve about your health. And you start that conversation, and then it leads to, let me send you a couple of samples, but not just, hey, happy birthday. Can I send you a sample? I don't know. It just,
It does sound a little bit salesy, and think about all the people that, a lot of people have a lot of friends that sell a lot of different things. So they might be doing the same system as that and like trying to give them their sample or invite them to their party or whatever.
Mhm.
And we have to be mindful of that in this day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I watched I think it was Brooke again talking about getting systems down for the new year. And I think she mentioned one person, like in their planner, they put like a color, like a little highlight color for where they're at with that person. Like yellow is just like building the relationship, and then maybe you change it to green or whatever, because, you sent them a sample and, you need to go follow up about the sample or whatever, like, because that way if you have your list and you're flipping back to it, it's like color coded.
Mhm.
That was something to think about. I mean, I don't know exactly how you do that. I haven't processed it all in my mind, but I thought that's a good idea. Because really, sometimes we do just need to slow down.
What'd you say, Brandy?
not sure my brain does that.
That's what, slow down?
Categorizes people that well. It's like, what?
Yeah. Well,
Look at this chunky boy.
he's so cute.
He is cute. Look at him. He is healthy.
Aw.
20 pounds.
Oh my
goodness.
gosh. And how many months is he?
He'll be 5 months on the 1st.
Hold him up. I'm taking a picture of him.
Do you see yourself? Hi.
I already, well, I'll tell you later. I
He's
snuck a
so
picture of you and
squishy.
working with him.
So squishy.
He's so cute. All right. Well, I'm going to end the recording, but we can stay on here a few more minutes and chat if you want. But thanks.
I forgot
for
we were
being on, you
recording. Sorry.
guys. I know, me too. We have been working. So you can work from anywhere or even with a baby on your hip.